Today we'll be taking a look at what I consider to be one of the best airsoft pistols that has come out in the last few years, and that is the ASG CZ P-09. We'll be taking a look at this pistol in today's review. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane, and welcome back to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsoft field through our educational content, and if you enjoy videos like these, I'd love it if you joined our community by hitting that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post brand new videos every single Friday. What I love about this pistol from ASG is two main things. First off, it has every feature that I would be looking for when shopping for an airsoft pistol. And at the same time, all of those features and the overall quality of this pistol come at a very affordable price point, especially compared to other licensed handguns on the airsoft market. The second thing I want to mention about this pistol is it's OEM'd by KJW. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I love KJW pistols. I think that they're one of the most underrated brands in airsoft, and I'm really glad that ASG chose them to build this pistol for them. But let's take a look at the externals first. So taking a look at the slide. It is a full metal slide, and overall the fit and finish on this pistol is fantastic. Now on this slide, you've got a few key features that I want to mention. First off, you have painted white sights. So this is going to help with target acquisition and the geometry of the slide as well. Just the overall P-09 design is something that I absolutely love and something that you don't find in any other replica on the airsoft market. I didn't notice this until the first time that I pulled it out of the holster and attempted to fire, but as you draw this pistol up, the geometry of the slide, the way that it kind of goes up and inwards towards that front sight post, makes aiming down this pistol incredibly easy. Target acquisition is a breeze, and I love that about the design of the CZ P-09. It's something that you don't find in any other pistol. Now, while it isn't a part of the slide itself, I do want to mention that the metal outer barrel does have a threaded muzzle. Now, this is going to be great whether or not you just want to paint it, you want to throw on any sort of aftermarket aesthetic accessory like a compensator, anything like that. But what I love is it's 14mm threads, so you can throw on, without any sort of adapters, tracer units. This is my AT1000 from Ace Tech. I love it. It fits on here perfectly, and that way, you know, I can have tracers with my airsoft pistol. That's not something you can do with a lot of airsoft guns on the market, or airsoft pistols specifically, excuse me, without any sort of adapter. But this is ready to go right out of the box. It does have the orange tip because that's required by law here in the US. But let's move down to the actual slide of this, or the frame of this pistol, excuse me. The frame of this pistol is going to be polymer, but this is not the polymer of 5-10 years ago in airsoft. It is wonderfully done. It has great texture throughout. You can see that, you know, where your hand would go, where your finger will be when it's not on the trigger. This texturing is fantastic and a great addition to this pistol that I absolutely love, even when it's raining, when I am wearing any sort of glove when I'm playing airsoft. It sits nice and securely in my hand, and overall the grip just feels fantastic and incredibly comfortable. The frame does have some utilitarian purposes as well, though, because you do have some Picatinny rail on the bottom. So if you want to mount, you know, a flashlight, a laser, a scope cam, if that's your thing, I mean, whatever you want to do, even a foregrip if you're going to be a madman, you can do that with this pistol. So it just has so many great features built in without any sort of aftermarket parts you have to buy. That is just one of the reasons why I am in love with this pistol. One more thing that I want to mention about this is the controls of the pistol, because they're oversized and it makes it really easy to use this pistol. So all of the controls are going to be on the actual frame of it. What you have is you have your slide release right here, so you know when you are out of BBs, when your slide locks back, you know, you take out your magazine, pop in a new one, and then send it forward. I like that this is a really big size, and the same thing with the safety, which only activates when the hammer is down. If the hammer is up, you simply cannot push it. And at the same time, the safety is ambidextrous, which is nice for you left-handed shooters out there. I know in airsoft there aren't a lot of ambi control pistols out there. Now, while this is not completely ambidextrous, you don't have any sort of slide release on the other side of the pistol. It's not too hard to reach with your pointer finger if you're shooting left-handed. Your magazine release, like a 1911, is down here. It's not hard to hit with your third finger. So while it's not completely ambidextrous, it will work for you left-handed shooters out there. But let's talk about the internals and disassembly of this pistol. So first thing you're going to want to do before you disassemble it, and this is how you get to your hop up and adjust it, take out your magazine, It's going to make your life a whole lot simpler. And then what you're going to want to do, again, kind of similar to a 1911, is you're going to push it back, or push the slide back just a little bit. There are some indicators on the slide and the frame where you should do so, and at that point you can pull out your slide release, and then your slide and frame completely separate. And this is how you adjust your hop up. Something that I like that they decided to do on this pistol versus other options on the market is that there is a tiny flat head screw here instead of your typical wheel that you find on most Tokyo Marui knockoffs. Now I know what you might be saying, Lane, this requires a tool. How is that an advantage? It allows you to really finely tune your hop up compared to those other models, the TM style, where you have that little rotor, I guess you could say, which, you know, it's not very accurate. It's hard to finely adjust. While it is a slight disadvantage that you do need a flathead screwdriver to do this, every multi-tool has one in there, and you've already taken your pistol halfway apart. You know, at this point, it's not unreasonable to expect to have to use a tool. Well, this is about all the breakdown you would need to do for your standard maintenance. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about with this gun is the magazines. And this is something that KJW likes to do with a lot of their pistols, and I think it's something that I should always highlight when I talk about them. So this gun comes with a CO2 magazine, which is great. CO2 is a very reliable power source. It works well in the cold, but what I like, for those of us who live in warmer temperatures, you know, maybe you're going to a lot of CQB where the CO2 shoots a little bit too hot, they also sell green gas magazines, which is something that I love because during the summer, you know, it's 95 and humid outside. During the winter, it is, you know, below freezing, and I can't get any shots off with a green gas magazine. So I love that ASG decided to offer both varieties for this pistol. And again, it's just one of those small little features that makes me love this pistol. But final conclusions about the ASG CZ P-09. I am in love with it. Again, it is everything that I would be looking for in an airsoft pistol. I'm a right-handed shooter, so not having all the ambidextrous controls doesn't quite bother me, but at the same time, you've got great performance. You can expect to shoot laser beams out to about 100, 125 feet, again, depending on your power source, the weight of your BB, things like that. A lot of variables can come into play. It's just a great pistol. This would be a great sidearm to have on your hip, and again, I know what some people might say, so I want to address it. This is not a high kappa. However, I think that the high kappa is built for a much different purpose than something like the ASG CZ P-09 was built for. This is a great secondary. If you want to have a pistol as your primary, there are other options out there that I would recommend. But again, the price point of this pistol, to have a great stock pistol like this, under $140. And if you want to pick up the pistol that we talked about in today's video, you can pick it up at Fox Airsoft, who is the sponsor of today's video. If it wasn't for Fox, today's video simply would not be possible, and I'm incredibly thankful for them for sending me this pistol to do today's review. I've been shopping with them for years, guys, and what I like about them is that they do their monthly gun giveaway as well. I'll have that linked in the description below with this pistol, and actually all the pistols that you can find over at foxairsoft.com. But overall, I cannot recommend this pistol enough. It shoots great at a great price point. So if you're looking to pick up this pistol, again, it's available at Fox Airsoft. But I want to know, my question for you guys, which power source do you prefer? Do you prefer CO2 magazines or do you prefer green gas? Make sure to let me know which one you personally enjoy down in the comments below. But that's going to do it for today's video. Again, guys, thank you so much for staying until the end. If this was your first time here on the channel, I'd love it if you joined our community by hitting that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post brand new videos every single Friday. This has been Lane from the BB Warrior talking about the ASG CZ P-09, and I will see you all next time.